Hi there, this is John Hyman from Commercial Real Estate Online. Welcome to the program. This is the video show where I like to share information relating to commercial real estate brokerage around the world. Indeed, sales, leasing or property management, all of those things are on this particular channel. Now, this is the matrix that I share online in different ways. The matrix has been built through many, many years of workshops around the world. So there are lots of ideas here that I like to talk about to help you with your commercial real estate sales, leasing or property management business. And the website, by the way, is right here, which is commercial-realestate-training.com. And yesterday at the website, I loaded a particular program which is all about brokerage action and how it can save you and help you get through the changes in today's property market. And of course, the changes are good because it's a fresh market, it's a new market, and there's lots of opportunity evolving from this particular stage of change in the market today. So let's look at this particular matrix and go further for you and go into the topic and continue from where I left off with the last video. So the top agent matrix, there are many different things in this matrix which you can work with. I'm still in the skills category, and as part of the skills category, I've been covering off on the checklists. Checklists actually help you stay on top of the key issues in brokerage. And of course, those checklists can help you show your professionalism to the clients that you serve in sales, leasing or property management. Now, in the earlier videos, I did cover off on inspecting properties, marketing properties, property details and inspections within that. And today I'm still working in the systemization of agent activity because systems help you get the job done in particular ways. In the last video, I did cover off on prospecting, and there are many different things that I mentioned here in these particular subsets. But today I'm talking about market awareness because the property market is changing. And in saying that, there's things that you can watch, you can tap into when it comes to your activities as a broker or an agent in your location. When you watch the market closely, you can actually tap into the next deal, the next client requirement, the strengths and weaknesses of the market. It doesn't matter what the prices and rents are. It doesn't matter at all because you don't set those prices and rents. The market does. All you need to do is provide your services directly and specifically to the people that need your help. So that's what you should remember as you look into this changing property market. So the market awareness topic, there it is. Let's have a look at it and go down from the top. So if you're looking at market awareness, you look at these particular things: comparable properties, inquiry, listings, prices, rents, seasonal activity, supply and demand, and time on market. So from the top, let's look at it. Comparable properties. I would be interested in these particular things, and this is how I would look at the market to make sure I've got everything covered. So I'd be looking at location-based activity. That is within a precinct, not a large town or city, but a precinct. Get into the precinct and understand what's going on within your precinct. And if indeed you work a large territory, break it down into smaller areas. Then, of course, you can research the adverts. That's good to do on weekends. You can sit down at your laptop at home or on your computer at home and research the adverts of new properties that are out there and the time on market. Now, researching the deals, you would know how to do that. Chase down the prices and the rents that are out there for the deals that have been achieved or the deals that are being asked for on the internet. And of course, researching the internet will help you with that as well. So what you can do with all of your research for comparable properties is take photos. Now that might be photos that you're taking when you're out and about in the market. Sunday morning is a good time to do that because there's no one else around. And you can get out and take those photographs without showing anybody else what you're up to, what you're thinking, what you're doing. And of course, you can take screenshots from your computer as well. Screenshots allow you to save those photos into your suburb files, your property files, that sort of thing. So screenshots can then be filed and you can refer to them as required. So let's go further. The other market awareness factors I would certainly be interested in, the inquiry. I like to track inquiry each week to understand what's happening, because when you know what's happening, you can actually take steps towards capturing the inquiry, doing something with it and working it. And of course, all of your inquiry should be captured into your database anyway. So the inquiry by type. By type, that is by buyer or by tenant. How many buyers are out there looking around? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a tenant's market? Who are the people looking for what's out there at the moment? When you track your inquiry, you can understand what people are looking for in today's market And it is a changing market, and that's a good thing. You'll soon see all sorts of people come into this market to snap up the opportunities that are out there. Now, inquiry, you can track the feedback from inspections, also the price and rent expectations, as well as specific requests for certain property types. And the volume of inquiry will shift and change through the year. Of course, Christmas time is typically a slow time, but at other times of the year, there'll be volumes of inquiry coming to you for particular reasons. So understand the seasons of inquiry relative to investment and to business. Let's go further. I'd be researching the businesses, but I'd be researching the listings as part of that to understand the listings that are out there by agency, the competing agencies in your location, the exclusive listings that are out there, the marketing methods. That's for sale or lease, the best marketing methods. That might be by price, by auction, by expression of interest, by tender, whatever it is. And of course, there are open listings, but they're not as good as exclusive listings. So make the choice that works for you when it comes to the listings with your clients, etc. Now, the time on market will change through the year. And of course, Christmas is a good example of a market slowdown. So understand that and work with that. Prices. What are the prices doing? So the prices will change, of course, by property type. But you need to break that down into the unit of area. And then, of course, you need to look at the methods of sale and the methods of lease, those two things, relative to the prices that are achieved, because certain methods of sale and lease will get better price outcomes. What are the methods of sale or lease that work in this market today? It's a good question. It's worth thinking about, because ultimately you have to choose the best methods of sale and lease that work for the clients and their properties, the clients that you are working for, the properties that you're working for in today's market. Now, those prices and rents change, and that doesn't matter. It's quite okay, because we're just the solution to solve challenges for people. What the prices are, what the rents are, doesn't really matter. And of course, the clients need to be conditioned for today's market conditions and those conditions that are coming up on the horizon. So conditioning is a big part of this new property market. So let's look at rents. What would you monitor in rents? Look at these activities. The effective rent, that is the true rent that was achieved. That is the rent without any incentive. Then, of course, you get a face rent. A face rent is a rent which has been stacked due to the incentive availability. In other words, you've got to give an incentive to get a face rent, to get a tenant into a property. Face rents tend to exist in a market that has lots of vacancies, and the only way to get a tenant into the vacancy is to offer them an incentive, whatever that may be. Now, gross rents. The gross rents are the full rents that are all bundled together. That might be the property outgoings together with the rent itself. So that is the gross rent. How much is it? How does it work? So when you look at those things, those particular things, the different rental types, then you look at the lease term. Typically, lease terms are 3 years, 5 years, or perhaps longer, maybe 10 years. A lot depends on the property type, the tenant type, that sort of thing. So understand what people are looking for when it comes to the lease terms for the rents that are under offer. And of course, there are occupancy costs. Occupancy costs are called different things in different locations. Occupancy costs are actually the building outgoings costs, the building costs to run that building through the year. And some of those costs are recoverable from the tenant, and they're recoverable under the terms of the lease. So you've got to look at that. So rents, that's the rental review, the market awareness on rents. But then you've got to look at other things like seasonal activity. I mentioned that earlier, by property type and by region. So where are people looking to get their next property, to rent or to buy? And as part of that, by property type, you've got different types of properties to think about, of course. Industrial, land, office, retail, that sort of thing. But when you look at seasonal activity, there are indicators to work through. And as part of seasonal activity, there's the supply and demand. I always recommend to brokers and agents that they work a primary zone of property activity. Not too big, not too small, just big enough to get the inquiry. 80% of their business should come from that primary zone. And then, of course, you have the secondary zone, which is everywhere else, where they would still be prepared to take the property inquiry if it comes in. But the main zone is where you get 80% of your business. The secondary zone is where 20% of the rest of your business may come from, that you can still service because it's not too far away. But think about supply and demand from the property type equation. At the moment, as I'm giving you this video, the office type properties are becoming a bit strange because a lot of people are working from home, etc., and that impacts the office type market. So think about supply and demand. Think about how it affects the property types over time. And of course, the time on market. I mentioned that earlier. It will change. It will change through the year to industrial, land, office and retail. Why does it change? Well, it changes because of industrial activity or perhaps business activity, business sentiment, that sort of thing. Lots of things change the time on market. So you need to think about that and understand how that actually works. Now, whilst you're looking at the market awareness, I've got an article on the website here for you that you can print and download, how to do a full property market analysis in commercial real estate. And there is the article there. Of course, you can work with that and download it and print it. It's quite detailed, so go to that particular article. There is the topic, how to do a full market property analysis in commercial real estate today. And also in the last topic, just to remind you, in prospecting, I had another article there for you to print and download, which was how to assemble a prospecting model in commercial real estate brokerage today. And there was a download book there for you as well. So don't forget to visit the main website, which is commercial-realestate-training.com. And at the website, you can always get lots of things every day that we're loading. The second article I loaded yesterday, which is quite interesting, is a step-by-step guide to success in commercial real estate brokerage today as the property market changes. So you might like to check that out as well. So this is John Hyman. I do thank you for listening to the program. Of course, there are many things out there for you to work across and work with. Make sure that you're understanding the changes in the market and how you are tapping into that market. It's a good market, it's a changing market, and that is a massive opportunity for you over time. This is John Hyman signing off for now. I look forward to catching you again very soon. Don't forget to subscribe at this YouTube channel, and I'll share some more ideas for you online about commercial real estate around the world. Catch you soon.